Hi, welcome to another one of my top 11s. I'm author and ghost historian Mike Ricksecker. What I have in store for you today is another one of my top 11s, and this one has been requested by a viewer, Castle Grown, and he is interested in seeing my top 11 EVPs I've captured. And there are quite a few. I was going through the library, and there's a lot over the years that I've captured, and there are some really, really hard choices that I had to make, especially these first few, because there are a lot that could have fallen anywhere between 8 through about 20, and so I had to make some tough choices here. And what I'm going to start with first is, this one's a little bit harder to hear. In fact, I probably had some better quality EVPs than this one, but there's a cool story behind it. The EVP says, "Don't stay here anymore," and when I captured this, and not all these EVPs are going to get a long story, but this one's kind of interesting. When I captured this, I was at home with my youngest son, Cameron. This was a few years ago, back when I lived in Oklahoma. And my daughter at the time was working at a movie outlet, a cinema, and my ex-wife was on the way back to the house with her, and was wondering if Cameron and I wanted to go to a movie, and all of us would go. And it was like, yeah, sure, okay, let me get us ready. Well, the light in the living room, which was on a fan, just boom, kicked on. And this had happened a number of times before, where it would suddenly kick on. Every once in a while kick off, but usually would kick on. And so everyone's thinking I brought something home with me from one of my investigations, but I have a different idea of who or what it may have been. In any case, since my bag was right there of all my gear, I decided to pull out the audio recorder while we were getting ready and just start saying, okay, so, who are you, what's going on, if there's really something here, let's see it again, and things like that. And because I turned it off, the light kicked on again. I was like, okay, that's great. Turn it off. I get that you're here. Turned on again, and then boom, started blinking like crazy. And so the EVP that I captured out of that was, "Don't stay here anymore." So needless to say, I don't live there anymore, but not because of that. So number 10. Now this was in the middle of a investigation, and there was a little bit of chatter going back and forth, and I've kind of noticed that during investigations, you don't always get EVPs when you're actually sitting down doing EVP sessions. Sometimes if you're just recording while you're going through the house, you take note of what it is you're doing, who's there, and who's with you, and all of those details. If you keep track of that stuff, a lot of times you can pick out EVPs in between some of the chatter back and forth, and this one was pretty good.
Sounded like them. Done. Sounded like them. Done.
So if you caught that, it was "Come and Stay a While," and that was at a house that the group that I was with at the time called the House of the Insane. And that was in Oklahoma City. Okay, the next two EVPs are both from the same house. I decided to keep them grouped together because of that. This was a house in South Oklahoma City. I know I've got a few of these like this. But it was that close to being another episode on The Haunted, and the husband of the family that was there backed out at the last minute. So we didn't get an episode out of that, but we got a lot of fantastic activity that was going on there, some good EVPs. So here is the first one, and this is in response to one of the investigators asking to repeat.
Can you repeat it? Can you repeat it?
Number 8, from the same location, and what's really cool about this one is that it was heard audibly by two of the investigators there, and here it is.
Did you hear that?
Frame by frame.
Yes, I did. Did you hear that?
Frame by frame.
Yes, I did.
Number 7. Now, this one is during the setup of an investigation, and a little bit of chatter back and forth again. Like I said, we get that sometimes. And what's cool about this one is that it hints that there being more than one entity at the home, and they're basically planning to not interact with us. And it's basically, we shouldn't talk, said twice.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the only dog and not barking.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the only dog and not barking.
Number 6, again, another house investigation, and we're kind of, sitting there talking a little bit about how we're not really getting much activity going on. And this entity kind of responds to that by telling us he's idle.
I'm just not hearing it. I'm just not hearing it.
Number 5, another one during a house investigation, and this one's pretty cool. I was going up a ladder into a attic area above a garage, so going through the little portal there above the garage. One of the guys is holding the ladder for me. There's a little bit of chatter there beforehand, but basically I pop it open, and this EVP comes, basically, as I'm about to say, hello, is anybody up here? Yeah, I guess I'm being told that I'm the freak, or one entity saying to the other, hey, he's the freak. No, but check it out.
We'll get help. We'll get help. He's so weird.
Hello, you up here?
We'll get help. We'll get help. He's so weird.
Hello, you up here?
Number 4. Now, this is one of those cemetery experiences that I am going to get to in my cemetery experiences part 2. Because I didn't cover in part 1, and like I said, there's more. And this is one of them. And this one is actually very, very cool. Now, we were out at a cemetery after investigation one night. Sometimes, if the investigation ended early and we still wanted to do a little investigating, we'd hit a local cemetery. So now with this one, we had a psychic medium along with us, and I'm just standing by a post, kind of looking out over the headstones, and she tells me, "Hey, Mike, there's a spirit standing in front of you right now." I'm like, "Oh, okay, very cool." Now, those that have been following me and have listened to me talk about the way I conduct investigations and my interaction with spirits and ghosts, I am polite and have manners, because these were once people. And so basically I'm saying, "Hi, I'm Mike. How are you, who are you," that sort of thing. And I get a name back.
Can I ask you who you are? I'm Michael. Can I ask you who you are? I'm Michael.
Number 3. Now these top 3, if you've watched the some of my other videos, you've seen these, and they are by far my best EVPs, or most popular, or had some very significant meaning. Like this one has a lot of significant meaning, even though it's a little bit harder to hear. This one was featured on the Haunted, the Monster in the Closet episode. Now, where they placed it in the episode was not where we actually heard it, and if they had placed it where we heard it, would have been a lot more meaningful, because what happened was, if you've seen the episode, you know that Taliesin had come into the house to use the restroom, and then she started interacting with something against one of the walls, or she was looking at a wall and talking to something. And so the group came in. Carl Johnson was there. He starts doing a blessing over her, and all of a sudden, boom, she doubles over in pain. Well, this EVP was captured as she doubled over in pain. Let's die.
This is a chance to reveal yourself, and we command you, by the holy powers, by the angels that visit this house.
You alright?
This is a chance to reveal yourself, and we command you, by the holy powers, by the angels that visit this house.
You alright?
Number 2. Now the next 2 are both from Black Bear, and so those that have been following me, these are featured on the other cemetery experiences, and then of course my Black Bear Church and Cemetery Ghosts and Legends episode. So this one was very cool in the fact that it affirmed basically an observation that I was making about a couple of headstones.
There's a second marker for John right here from the Navy. So he's got 2 markers. There's a second marker for John right here from the Navy. So he's got 2 markers.
And the number 1 EVP that I have captured, which I've said many, many times, is probably one of the craziest EVPs I've ever picked up. I'm going to put it number 1. It is the craziest. It is, other people have said that they hear something else out of it, but what I hear is my teeth are warm. Thanks for watching my top 11 EVPs that I've captured. This was really kind of a fun video to be able to do because I was able to go back into my EVP archive, which really is done case by case, and all of the data is out there on my computer. So I got to see some of the old photographs again, listen through a bunch of different EVPs, and hear some of the interaction between myself and my old investigator mates, for lack of a better term. Also follow the Team HRM, which is Haunted Road Media, hashtag out on Twitter or other social media. And just to let you know, we have new videos every Tuesday. So if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up below with the like button. Also leave some comments below as well. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about the video. Maybe you heard something else in one of the EVPs that maybe I heard differently. That happens. And please go ahead, if you haven't already, please subscribe. Until next time.